Hey, beautiful, sexy people. We are on Stormbringer, issue 10. Get it open. Magazine and our plastic. Right. Let's have a look at the magazine. Xandire's Truthseekers, The Storm of Sigmar, and Battle Abilities. So Sigmar's Storm, Stormcast Eternals, number 3, Bravery and Valour. Stormcast Eternals lead by example. Each fights with incredible courage, and each faces death after agonising death in order to free the realms. But through their sacrifice they give hope to countless mortals who are fighting to survive. We then have a sheet for our Xandire's Truthseekers. Xandire's Truthseekers are a band of questing Stormcast Eternals. Each is a warrior of incredible skill. Calthea Xandire commands her warriors in battle, and Doraz Giantfell smashes enemies with his huge hammer, while Luxa Stormrider lays down a hail of deadly arrows. So you get a reasons for battle D6 rolling chart here, and then chosen tactics again on the D6 chart. So here we go, and we've got a little falcon or something called Taros. So great deeds. There you go. Right, let's have a look. Because one of these has a helmet, and I'm actually hoping that, I mean, it doesn't show in the instructions, but I'm hoping that maybe there might be a spare head for her. And then we're into how to paint. Okay, so yeah. So these, the bases, they're 40mm bases, but they're decorative bases, which are really nice. I wouldn't necessarily paint them gold to begin with. I would separate that. But this will be where you're at once you've finished painting them to what they're suggesting. Right, units, abilities and war scrolls. So unit abilities. The models in Xandire's Truthseekers are Calthea Xandire, Doraz Giantfell and Luxa Stormrider. So melee weapons all listed here. Companion. Right, champions and special models. The Vindictor Prime is the champion of the unit of Vindictors, and she can make 3 attacks instead of 2. Standard bearers and musicians. 2 other types of special models that many units have are standard bearers and musicians. Standard bearers carry a unit's banner or standard into battle, while musicians carry instruments to inspire fellow warriors. So, right, so yeah, this is quite important for learning about different bits and pieces. Martial Mastery. So we have number 10 playthrough. We have our Knight Arcanum, Xandire's Truthseekers. We are going with, oh good god, okay, that seems a very sort of like enemy heavy battle. But we've got our Shaman and Potgrot, then we've got our 10 Hobgrot Slitters and our 10 Gut Rippers. So yeah, this could be a very interesting game, to say the least. But you get your playthrough, you get your war scrolls for each of the units, and then it gives you turn by turn examples. Now, obviously we get our Beast Skewer Killbow in issue 11. But also, look at this, Stormstrike Chariot. Look at these Gryph-hounds, or whatever they are. They're so cool. Likey, likey. Right, come on, let's have a look at the plastic. Ta-doo. So these are a sculpt of 2021. And yeah, I mean, they're very dynamic. Very dynamic. I'm just trying to see if... No, I think that the heads that are supplied are it. So we've got an unhelmeted head for our dude with the hammer, but then Xandire is got a cloaked head, and the other storm caller with the bow has a helmeted head. So yeah, that's what you've got. But yeah, I mean, look at these. These are like I say, these are going to build up into really dynamic miniatures. And the bases are really exquisite. I don't know if you can see. That's one. That's another. You can see the base for the little falcon thing, and then that's the third base. So these are I might, because these have got pins in the feet. So what I might do is paint these separate and then glue the miniature to them. I think that's probably the way I'm going to go with that, just so that I can spend a little bit of time on these bases, bring them up, you know, and then hopefully the whole miniature together will look good. But yeah, I understand that it's difficult to get hold of these now. These were with one game or something, and that game's no longer produced. So these are like rocking horse poop. You know, people can't get hold of them. But let me know what you think. Write a comment about what you think about Xandire's Truthseekers. Whether you think they're worth it in game, because as I think I've said before, I'm new to Age of Sigmar. Anyhow, come back in a sec and we'll put these together. Hey, lovely people, welcome back. Let's build Xandire's Truthseekers. Oh, slurp of tea. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to build this little bird first, this hawk or whatever it is, and this base goes together, so we've got a little bit of tree. I do love these decorative bases, but what I'm actually going to do is, so the bird is in two halves, and I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to glue the bird. Or shall I? Yeah, do you know what? I don't think it's going to make too much difference. I was maybe a little bit concerned because I'll probably dry brush this dead tree trunk, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference to then painting the bird afterwards. So there you go. There's the hawk, and that's that. Let's build Xandire. Now this, she is I think her name is Calthea Xandire, and we've got this many pieces and a lovely scenic base. All of these four miniatures come with a really nice scenic base. So we've got the back of her torso here, and what we're going to do is marry that up here like thus, and I'm just going to pop in a little bit of glue to help secure that in position. So that gives you basic armature there. Then we have the front of her torso, and this pin goes in there like thus. And then we've got the back of her cloak. Yeah, I think I'll glue this and hopefully still be able to get at bits and pieces behind or on the inside of her cloak. But this just pushes together like so. And I've created a little weld seam, which I can then, once the glue has gone off and hardened, I can then just shave that down. And then her lantern goes into her hand. And then she pins to the base, but I'm not going to glue her to the base so that I can remove her for ease of painting. So there's one, there's Xandire. We then have our Thor substitute. And I say Thor substitute because he's got the big Warhammer. Now, we're going to start off by sticking his head into the front of his upper torso. Get in there, come on. Like thus. Okay, so it just goes in like that. Then his hammer. Now make sure you get this around the right way, and it kind of goes on and rotates slightly, and I am going to dab a little bit of glue on those bits just to help it stay in place like so. Then this gets pinned into his lower torso and legs, so now I have pre-built these as a dry fit, and they are a little bit, this is a little bit awkward because you need to position it and then slightly twist as well. Okay, and that's what we're looking at so far. Then we have his back basically, which goes on, and that will go on there. Like so, and then again I'm going to stick his cloak on. Quite often I leave cloaks off miniatures for ease of painting, but I don't think this is going to be too much of an issue. And then some glue into those parts just to help hide any seam lines. And then again I am just going to push him onto his base. I'm not going to glue him on, but there you go, that's that. And then our archer, so this guy is called, doesn't say, Dorazaz, or Doraz. Doraz is, yeah, Doraz. So this guy is Doraz, and then this young lady is called Luxa. Now, the bow part is quite fragile, so just be careful as you clip this off the sprue, and B, remove any mold lines. What I am going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is actually just glue her forearm on. Like so. And then that can just be going off slightly. Right, so first things first, the head is pinned into the back part of her cloak. Just make sure you push that home nicely. And then you come in with the front of her torso, like that. So that's how that goes together. And then finally, her right leg, which goes in like that. So pin. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. And then the bow comes in, and again just make sure you get the hands around the right way, and that comes in like thus. And there you go, that is all four. And again, just push the pin in. That is all four of these miniatures done in the Xandire's Truthseekers. So we've got these two badass good girls here, and then the Thor substitute and some sort of eagle hunting bird. Okay, right, join me in the next video. Okay, take care, bye bye.